Good day everyone, welcome to Programmers Hub YouTube channel. This is my 8th video on HTML and CSS tutorial for beginners. Today I'll be talking about image and how you can use image on your web page. The first thing you need to understand is we have different kind of image and it is being denoted with an extension. We have the likes of JPEG, we have PNG image, we have GIF, we have JFIF. Now this image before me is a typical example of the kind of types of image that we have. This one is a PNG image, and just in case you want to use the likes of an icon that requires having a transparent image background, that means there is a need for you to use a PNG. It allows transparency so that the image can actually adapt to your web page color. Then we have the JPEG. This one is mostly used for normal image. When you take a picture, it's always in JPEG. Then we have the GIF. This GIF is always animation, just in case you want to use an animations or not, they are always in GIF. Then we have JFIF, which is the family of JPEG. So now let's now write the code, to bring in the image on our web page. Now the image I want to use on our web page is this. So now let's write the code to bring the image to our web page. So now I open my folder, lesson 8. The first thing we need to do is just to create a folder for the image, just to make our code to be clean. Then let me write the file. Let me just name it index.html. Now I have my file here. Let me write the basic structure. HTML head. Let me just have my title, then image, then my body. So now I already have the HTML basic structure. The next thing I need to do is just to have the image inside my folder. So inside the image folder, so it's already there. If I wish, I can decide to rename it. It will still work perfectly. Then now that I have the image here, as you can see, it's already in my editor. We only have one element that we can use to call image to our web page, and this element is what we call img, the image, which represents image. Now this is the element that we can use to display image on our web page. It also has attributes. We use attribute, this src, to make reference to that image for it to show on for it to display on the web page. Remember, we save the image inside the image folder, so for me to make reference to that image, I need to mention the image of the folder first, then the name. As you can see, my editor suggested the image for me, then I can just click. Just in case your editor is not suggesting image for you, you don't have to worry. You just need to type exactly the name of the image with the extension, and that is why it is important for you to know the extension of your image. All editor will actually show you the extension of the image, so that you can actually write it correctly here. Any mistake in this name will not make the image to display. So now let's try to test our code. Alright, lesson 8. Then let me open the image as shown, and this is the image that we actually make reference to. Now as you can see, the image is kind of big. We have so many attributes that we can use on this image element. The first one I would like to introduce to you is the alt. The alt, we can even say is an alt. We can say alternative. This alt helps us to describe the image with text. So just in case there is a mistake, or just in case our web page could not retrieve that image due to probably the image is not where it should be, or we did not make reference to it very well, or there is a change in the name. All we need to do is just to have an alt here, so that when the page is not loading, this is the text that we provide here is what the user will see. So now this alt, I can just write, let's say, lady. If I write this lady and I reload the page, definitely you will not see anything. What if I make a mistake and I make some mistake, and maybe there is a change, the name is not correct and all? And if I reload this page, see, since my browser could not locate the image, that's why it's not displaying, but it display the name I provided, which is lady. So just in case your user opened your website and the image is not loading very fast, or maybe probably due to network, or there is a mistake in the name of the image, they are going to see this text, and they will be able to know that, okay, I think what is inside this image, what is inside here, is a lady. So that is why we have alternate. Then the next thing you need to have is title. This title helps us to provide additional information to the image. I can just name it lady with the head tie. This title, let me have the image back, JPEG. Now if I reload this page again, I will have the image back. When I move my mouse on the image, as you can see, the lady with the hair tie, it shows. So as I'm moving my mouse, so just to provide additional information to that image. So now the next thing that we need to know is height. As the image is a little bit large, now there's a way we can actually reduce the height, reduce the image dimension. So how do we do that? We have an attribute called height. Then I can let me just give it 300, or let me just give it 400. Then let me give the width 300. So if I save this and I reload the page, as you can see, I have a small size of the image, and it looks perfect. So these are the major attributes of an element. We also have the likes of align. Now just let's assume we have, let me reduce this to 300, and let me reduce this to 200. And let's assume we have a text together with the image. Let's say okay. Now if I save this and I reload, alright, we have a text together with this image. It is possible for me to move this image either horizontally or vertically, maybe left and right, top and bottom. Then how do I do that? I just need to provide the element called align. Then if I'm moving it to vertical, then it can be left or it can be right. So if I save this and I reload the page, of course I already have the image at the right. Then by default it's always at the left. So here it's at the left. Then I can also make it probably be at the bottom or top, just for the vertical. So these are the attributes that we have for image. Now we also need to understand that our image is not necessary we use the attribute height and width to resize our image. We can also use a photo editing tools such as Photoshop to edit, to resize the image, or even use Paint to resize the image. Then for me to resize this image, all I just need to do is to open my Photoshop. So you just open my Photoshop, then click on file, let's say new, or even at that I might not do that. All I just need to do is just to from this image I right click on it, open with Photoshop. All I need to do is just to click on the image, then the image, I go to image size, then from here I can then make constraint proportion, so I'll be able to edit both the width and the height. So my width is 200 and my height is 300. So once I click on this, automatically I'll get a small version of the image. Then from there I can save, then I can just name it new image, then click on save. So with this now, if I go back to my code, I already have the new image here. I can decide to remove both the height and the width. Then all I need to have now is, as you can see, my new image is now new underscore image.jpg. Then I can have new underscore image.jpg. Alright, so now if I reload this page again, automatically, without using both the height and the width, then I already have what you should note here is that this our first image has a size. This our first image has size of, let's say, 105 kilobytes. Then this our new file has a size of just 69 kilobytes, which actually is smaller than the size of the original one. So with this, even if I resize the image here, from here, the size of the image, the total size of the image will still retain. But with this new image that I'm using, as you can see, when we open, let's try to open the size and see. Now there's no need for us to have both the height and the width again. And apart from that, we also have a smaller version, smaller in size. We also have a smaller size version of the image, which means if I use this original one, the original one on our web page, the total size, even if I resize with the height and width, it will still have the original size. But since we have already reduced the size with our Photoshop or with any photo editing software, it will have the smaller size of the original one. So now that is all about image. I hope you have learned something today. Thank you.